Okay, this is a continuation of our lab setup. We are getting ready to complete the Microsoft Official Academic Course Lab Manual, installing and configuring Windows 10 in preparation for exam 70-698. So again, we are still working through the setup, and we are getting ready to create our fourth device, which is going to be a server device known as lon.rtr. So we're going to go ahead and go to Hyper-V, and you can see I already have my other devices are done, and my domain controller is still running. So I'm going to go ahead and do my right-click, New, Virtual Machine, lon.rtr, next, next. And this is going to be 204, 8, and 60. Dynamic, next. Private 1, next. 60. Next. Okay, and then we'll install from here. Next. And finish. Okay, we'll go ahead and click on it. Turn it on. That is not the one I wanted. This is the one I want. Okay. I just turned that one on by mistake. Okay, so now we're back to our RTR. Let's click on Next. Install now. Server with GUI. Next. Accept. And next. Custom. And next. I'll go ahead and pause while it does all this. Now I have noticed that since I've added more RAM, as I went from 16 gig to now 32 gig of RAM, this is going a lot faster for me. So the extra RAM was worth the money. Okay, we'll put in our password. Okay, local server. Time. Eastern. No. I've got a funky laptop. Whenever it feels like it pulls up my desktop. And then okay. IP address. Left click, right click, properties, IPv4, properties, 172, oops, 172.160.13, tab, 172.160.10. Okay, and then close out of this. And then before I do that, right click, oops, right click, Task Manager, more details, services, sort by name, scroll down to here. We're going to right click start, right click start. Okay, now when we go here, we should be able to click on here, change LON-RTR, domain adatum.com. Administrator, password. Okay, that one's done. And then okay, close. And I'm going to go ahead and restart. And as soon as it restarts, I will go ahead and resume the video. Okay, so it's in the process of restarting, but in reading, it doesn't look like we want to actually fully restart it. So what we want to do as soon as it comes up, I'm going to shut it down. Okay. Close that. Now I'm going to go here and right click, shut down, right click, shut down. Okay. This is where we are right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click on that device and go into settings, and we're going to add that second network to it, or second switch to it. So we're going to go to settings, settings for LAN RTR. I'm going to add hardware, network adapter, add, and this is going to be the private network 2, and then OK. This one, PN2. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and click on it, start it. I'll minimize this. I'll pause the video while I wait for this to come up. Okay, I'm log in here. Password. I'm waiting for that to work. I'm going to go down here to my adapter and right click, open network and sharing, change adapter settings, and we're going to do a rename here. This is internal, tab, I'm going to call this one external. And now that's done. Okay, now we're going to go into manage, add roles and features. Next, next, next. Now we want to add remote access. So that's right here. And then next, next, next. Now we want to check direct access and VPN, and RAS and routing. Oops, add features. And then next, next, and then install. Now while that's working on that, we're going to go back to our adapter. So right click, open network and sharing, adapter settings. We're going to right click on the external, go into properties, IPv4, properties. Here we're going to type in 131.167.0.2 tab 255.255.255.0, and then OK. And then close, close, close. This is still working, so I'll go ahead and pause the video until this has done its installation. Okay, installation succeeded. We'll go ahead and click on close. All right, now we're going to go into Tools. Routing and remote access. Okay. So we're going to left click, right click, and choose Configure and Enable Routing with remote access. And then Next. We'll select Virtual Private Network or VPN. So we're going to do this one. And then Next. And then we're going to select Internal. And then Next. It's from specified range of addresses. And Next. I'm going to click on New. I'm going to type in 131.107.0.30. 131.107.0.35. And we're going to click on OK. And then Next. 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 Manage multiple access. Next. And finish. Okay, now we're going to click on the Start button and go into Administrative Tools, Windows Firewall with Advanced Security, actions, I'm going to go into properties. Domain profile, we want to change the firewall state to off. On the private profile, we want to change it to off. And then on the public, we'll change it to off. And then we're going to click on OK. Then close out of our Windows Firewall with Advanced Security dialog box. Alright, so we're done with this for now. So now we're here. So now we're going to do now we're going to use our Windows 10 ISO. Okay, so now we're going to left click, right click, new virtual machine. And again, this is going to be LAN-CL1. And then next, next. This one's saying 4096. Use dynamic memory. Next, private network. And next, 60. Oops. And next, install from ISO. Browse. Windows 10. Open. Next. Finish. Alright, now I'm going to right click, oops. Right click. Go back into settings. And I'm going to select processor. I'm going to change the number of virtual processors to 2. And then click on OK. And start it. Okay, and then next, install. Accept, and next, custom, Next. I'll pause while we do this. Okay, yes. And yes. Skip. Admin and next. And password. Next. Password again. Standard. Next. And we're going to accept it. Okay, so now we're going to click on the Ethernet. Actually, we're going to right click, open network. Ethernet. There we go. Adapter settings. Left click, right click, properties. There it is, IPv4, properties. One 172.1.6, oops, 0.40. Tab. One 172.160. Dang it. And then 10. And then OK. Close. Close, close, close. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and right click and go into System. I need to find computer name, domain, and workgroup settings. Change. There it goes. Okay, now we're going to do change. So -CLI, and then domain, datum.com. For some reason, these machines have been shutting off all by themselves. Again, I'm back on the domain controller for just a minute. For some reason, they've been shutting off on me. And right-click, Task Manager, Services, right-click, Start, left-click, right-click, Start, minimize the domain controller, there we go. Put in administrator and password. Okay. Okay, we're going to restart, close, restart now. I'll minimize this. Okay, we did all this. Now we are here. So actually this needs to be shut down. Connect. Shut down. Alright, now let's go back to Hyper-V. And we want to go into, as soon as it shuts down, right click, Settings, SCSI Controller, Add, New, Next, 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 Disk 1, Next, change that to 5, Next, and Finish. Alright, we're going to click on the SCSI Controller again. Click on Add, New, Next, 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 Disk 2, Next, 5, Next, Finish. Click on the SCSI Controller again, click on Add, New, Next, 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 Disk 3, Next, 5, Next, Finish. Click on the SCSI Controller again, Add, New, Next, 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 Disk 4, Next, now this one's going to be 20 gig. Oops. Next, and Finish. Okay, now we're not quite done yet with this device. We want to go back up to Add New Hardware, Network Adapter, Add your drop down and add Private Network 2. Click on OK. Now, before we go any further, let me go back over here. One of the things I learned a long time ago when I first started doing virtual machines is the importance of housekeeping. Well, what is housekeeping? Well, housekeeping is making sure you have a backup or a restore point before you start making major changes. Otherwise, you're having to go back and redo everything. So right now, these are all at a decent position. So what I want to do is right-click and create a checkpoint. Left-click, right-click, checkpoint. Left-click, right-click, checkpoint. Left-click, right-click, checkpoint. Left-click, right-click, checkpoint. And I just make a note of where I left off with my checkpoint. Now if something happens, I can always go back to that checkpoint and restart from that point instead of having to redo everything. Okay, so we did all this. So what we're going to do is we're going to end the video here. And on the next video, we're going to go into installing and configuring LAN-DL2. So we'll see you in the next video.